Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Welcome to Double9Radio. How are you today?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much for having me, Double Nine.
My pleasure. The pleasure is all mine. The pleasure is all mine, honestly. First of all, actually, I think I need to say Happy Independence Day to you as well.
Same to you. Yes, I'm excited about Independence Day. I'm actually at my son's college parents' weekend, so we're all going to be wearing green and white to celebrate Independence Day right here in Maine, USA.
Fantastic. That's quite amazing. I love that. When, we celebrate our colors, we celebrate our country, we're proud of where we are from. I think it's quite amazing. I've been shouting about Independence Day all through just before you came on as well. I'm so excited. It's Independence Day. Happy Independence to all Nigerians listening to me out there. I love you all, and we are all one. It's amazing to be part of an amazing country, the giant of Africa as well. Again, welcome to my wonderful guest on the show this evening. But I'm sure listeners are wondering, Double Nine, you always sound excited when you have individuals on your show. What can I say? I have amazing guests on my show, and I have another amazing guest this evening. This is mind blowing. This is beyond amazing. Beyond amazing. She's mind blowing. She's blew me away already. But I'm sure you're wondering, who's this person Double Nine is talking about? Who do we have on the show this evening?
Hi, my name is Khuraira Musa. Thank you so much, Double Nine. I love the excitement.
I can tell you, I'm super excited as well. And I love your modest introduction there. But I will do the introduction again because I said I am blown away by your amazing things she's going to be talking about this amazing evening as well. So this is Khuraira Musa. She's a celebrity makeup artist, the CEO of Khuraira Cosmetics. And she's a wife, a mother of five, a pioneer and celebrity makeup artist of over 20 years. And she's also the founder and creator of the amazing Khuraira Cosmetics as well. And she also has another amazing group called the Arewa Group, if I'm correct as well. We shall be talking about that this evening as well. I mean, welcome to the show. And again, thank you for taking time out to come on this amazing evening.
Thank you for having me.
You're most welcome. Okay, let's get right into it. I'm sure listeners want to know more about you. So, I mean, anyone ask you the question, who is Khuraira Musa? What would you say?
Well, first of all, I am an African daughter, a mother, a friend, oh my God, a sister. Whatever you can, you can do. You know how the African setting is. You play all the roles. So I'm all of that. But apart from the African roles I play, I own a cosmetics brand. I live here in the USA. I've been here since 1992 to go to college.
Wow.
From college, I started dabbling into makeup, and by the time I was done my 2-year college, I just knew my calling was cosmetics. So I decided to go to the route of being a makeup artist.
Amazing.
So I started from behind the counter, doing makeup to regionally, nationally, internationally, to being product developer for Fortune 500, some of the cosmetic brands you may know in the U.S., and later on decided to start my own brand. Fast forward, I have my brand, and part of my social responsibility as a brand is to think of what we can do to give back.
Wow.
And that's probably some of the things we're going to be talking about today.
Of course. I mean, that's amazing. I love the fact you mentioned you recognized what your calling was, and you decided to toe the path and be on that path of achieving what you wanted to achieve. But did you ever think for one moment that you would have your own cosmetic brand and it would be as successful as it is? Because I mean, you've engaged with amazing Hollywood artists, actors, actresses. We talk about Susan Douglas, Kirstie Allen, Natalie Cole. To say the least. Amazing. I'm blown away. Paula Abdul as well as being one of your clients as well. I mean, when you started out, what was that your motto? Was that your driving force to say, I want to be at the top of the game?
Well, when you start, I think the key to anything is about passion, honestly. Don't think about the money. Think about what you really love to do. I remember my Aunt Zainab used to say, even if you are like packing doo-doo, you need to pack it really well. So it doesn't say. So whatever you want to do it really well. And when you do it well, you don't even have to try, the success follows. But when you go into anything with the mindset that I'm going to be rich tomorrow, you are set for failure right there.
Amazing.
Yes, it looks like I have all these people under my belt, but you don't know the tears and sweat that I had to go through to get there.
Yeah.
People just look at your profile and think you woke up that day and created that profile, but it's a lot of work, and that work can only be sustained through passion and conviction.
Amazing. That's so inspirational. That I hope anyone listening there can adopt, the path she just described there. What she said is, it's not about the money, it's about the passion. The passion brings the success. Once you have the passion, the success would surely follow. So I think that's quite amazing. But I mean, it takes me back, to your background as, a woman born in a typical, in a northern family as well, where sometimes the women are maybe thinking, okay, you must get married, you must not go, you must do certain things. How were you able to break that mold and be where you are today?
Well, I'll give that credit to my Aunt Zainab, who raised me. I don't know if your viewers know, reading my bio, that I lost my mom at birth.
Oh, wow.
So I was adopted by my aunt, who is the older sister to my biological mother.
Yeah.
And Zainab was someone, and also Islamically, when you are an orphan, you enjoy certain advantages that, you are a child of God, you're being treated differently. So I got a lot that I needed using that with my aunt. So she really gave me the first break by giving me the opportunity to go to school.
Amazing.
At that time, a northerner, don't even call a Fulani, I'm Fulani by tribe. So to be Western educated is not something that was common, especially for women. But I grew up in Plateau State, which is more predominantly Christian. It's a Christian community, more Christian. So education is common there.
Yeah.
And then we were just the minority of the Fulani settling in that area. But most of my friends that I grew up with were Christian. So that influenced me to want to be like that. So I convinced my aunt and her husband then to allow me to go to school. And that's how it started, that my aunt really is the hero of who I am today.
Amazing.
She wanted me to be more than my surroundings. So she looked for opportunities to allow me to be a better me, you know?
Amazing. I love that. I mean, where a family member sees the potential in you and gives you that opportunity to, you, as you mentioned, be you and, expand beyond your environment and also achieve great things as well. I think that's quite remarkable from her point of view. I mean, earlier you mentioned about, giving back to society, which is part of the discussion we wanted to, talk about today, because the tagline is the beauty of giving back to society, because we try to bring beauty, which you're in the beauty business, and also you're a heavy individual in the charity work you do. But my question is, why did you adopt a path over philanthropy?
Again, goes back to Aunt Zainab. It is not easy to raise someone that is not your biological child. I love that child like yours. And Zainab did that above and beyond. I never felt for 1 second that I was not her biological daughter. She showed me love. She built me up, and not just me, all the kids around the community. When she makes food, I used to get mad when she makes my favorite dish. I have to share it with all the kids in the community, you know? So it's all about her is about giving back. She never saved any money. Whatever she has, she would give it out all the time. So growing up and seeing that, it became second nature to me. It wasn't like it's something I remember, and not that I'm going to take us off where we're going, but it's still on the same subject.
No, it is. I love that. I love to hear about that, because it's very important, for anyone out there, who might be in a similar situation where you were younger, can understand that, you can help people. And when you help people, you can reap the rewards, in later life. Because a lot of people, as you mentioned, as an orphan, sometimes they suffer because the parents are normal, and the people looking after them mistreat them sometimes.
Yeah.
But this is a fantastic example, which I think people should emulate from. But please carry on.
So she showed me love. She showed me that I'm better than my surroundings, and I can be whoever I want to be. So growing up in a predominantly a Fulani setting, which is Ruga, with no electricity, no running water, I literally grew up in a hut made of straws, It's not even like clay, or mud. It was really, if you know a Fulani setting, that's how I grew up. But she built this confidence in me that I felt like I was the daughter of a king, But so going forward, when I came to America to go to school, I remember one of my psychology class, we were asked, do we become a certain way based on destiny or based on environment? And I picked environment. Ask me why. I am who I am today because of how I was raised, how I was told that I was beautiful, I was smart, I was kind, I was everything positive, even though I wasn't close to that. That's all I grew up hearing from Aunt Zainab. Then I also was taught that what I have that I keep in my bank account is actually not mine. Nothing. What I in the hereafter, or even within being alive, but what I dash out is what is actually mine. Wow. So my generosity, my being humble, being having empathy, being older, it's how I was raised from when I was a little girl, and that is how Aunt Zainab raised me to be.
Amazing.
So I believe that, yes, we do have our destiny. Yes, we have, but also our destiny becomes better with what we grow to, what we, from a child to an adult that we hear every day.
I want to ask,
what.
Yes,
Go ahead.
Thank you. I want to ask you a question, because what you just said there, it's mind-boggling. I'm thinking about this as well. I'm thinking, okay, so can we say, this is a question for you to tell me. I want to understand more. So we talk about destiny, we talk about environment. Can we say the environment can be an enabler of destiny, or can we say the environment or the destiny? The environment doesn't really matter. The destiny doesn't matter, but the environment is key. Or again, I'll repeat that question: Is the environment an enabler of destiny, or destiny doesn't matter as long as there's a good environment?
I think I would go with the first. First, our Creator had made us to be a certain way. I cannot argue that. This is something that we all grow up to hear, that we have a destiny that was already set for us, and we're supposed to follow it or whatever. I don't know that, but I believe that even though there is that destiny, your environment, how you handle things, can make your destiny better or worse.
Yes.
That's all I believe.
You're right. How you handle things can make your destiny better or worse, or you could cause a delay in the way you handle your destiny as well. So, you've given us a very in-depth explanation, or share a great story of how your aunt has been inspiration, in your life to get to you where you are today. Is that, would you say, that's what drives your passion as well for helping others?
Yes, I really feel that if my aunt had not fought for me, when my dad took me to be taken care of by a lady selling food in the market, and she had just left me there, that woman would have not cared for me the way my aunt cared for me. And that I was voiceless then. I was helpless. I didn't have, and my dad didn't do it because he didn't love me. He thought that was something that was best for me. He wanted somebody who can care for me because his wife had just died. He doesn't, whatever reasons he had, was to the best thing he thought was for me. But that woman is not blood related to me, and she was going to be paid to take care of me. And for her, she would have never. For example, just as like my aunt shared this story with me. So my dad took me from the orphanage, and then instead of giving me to my aunt, he gave a lady that cooks food for them during the market period. The Fulanis, they go to the weekly market.
Yeah.
So there's this lady that cooks food for everybody, and her name is Yelwa. So my dad decided that day, when after almost being in an orphanage for almost a year, my dad, after he took me, decided that he is going to give me to this woman to take care of me, and he's going to pay her handsomely to take care of me. Well, this woman wanted the money. She took me, but I was a crybaby. I could not let her sleep. So my aunt was furious when she found out, when she went to the orphanage and found out that my dad had taken me, and he later on found out that was at the marketplace that I was with this woman who is no blood related to me. She went crazy, and she asked her, "How did you get this girl?" And the woman told her how she got me. Then she said, "Hell no! I am taking my niece from you today. This is my sister's daughter. You're not gonna raise her." She said, "Oh God, please, thank God, take her. I can't even deal with her anyway." So
wow.
So my aunt.
Wow. I mean,
that's how my aunt took me from the lady in the marketplace that was to care for me. Had a huge fight with my dad, but my aunt is so stubborn. She said nobody is going to take her niece away from her. She is raising this child.
Amazing.
So what I'm saying is that I was voiceless there.
Yes.
I had no power. I don't even know any of this if my aunt did not share that with me, right?
Yeah.
So, and then growing up and having to see my aunt really walk the talk, that she took me from this woman and gave me the best life ever.
Amazing. I mean,
so I use the same thing.
Yes.
Anytime I see someone that is weak and
exactly.
voiceless,
Yes.
I want to fight for them.
Amazing. I mean, that's exactly where I was going, because I think that's it. That is the passion, because you've been there. You've been able to experience, that position of being voiceless and almost helpless as well, and not being able to decide, what your destiny is or how you want to, move forward. That's what propels you or gives you that, drives your passion as well. I mean, so let's talk about a couple of things you're doing at present, because I think it's quite amazing. I mean, you have a cosmetic academy in Abuja where you train, young Nigerians in the art of makeup. I mean, what is your vision for that academy?
Well, unfortunately, that didn't work out. We started, I think, was 2015, and we thought it was going to, but the economy went, south with a lot of things going on.
Okay.
So we have to close it. But we're still, what we're doing now with, and then COVID came in and so many things that went through. I still support the beauty industry or artists in Nigeria that do want to partner with us. So, but the economy has been really bad.
Yeah,
the fashion. I mean, there's the makeup, especially my brand is made in the U.S. So the price point is a little bit too high for them to try to make a living out of it. But what we're trying to do now, we have introduced an affiliate program, whereby they don't really have to invest anything. They just have to put a link on any of their social media platforms that they're part of our team.
Yeah.
And any orders that are placed, they make commission off of it.
Amazing.
And we ship those products to whoever orders the product. We do shipping now once a month to Nigeria. So any orders that were placed under them will go out to the people. They don't have to worry about it, but they're making money. So
yes.
We felt that is the way forward. Even here in the U.S., is what we're currently doing, and we've seen quite a response, especially with artists that have lost jobs during COVID and have no means of trying to make a living and don't have a capital to start their own business. So this is the route Khuraira Cosmetics have taken after when we were not able to succeed with the academy. But I haven't given up on that.
Amazing.
Fast forward, another, God willing, 3 years, I'm opening a serious academy back in Abuja again.
Amazing. I think you've done well, kind of thing, because you've given a way out to say, you can affiliate with us. Just put a link on there, and it's not all lost. But again, yes, COVID was a bit challenging. COVID affected a lot of people. I mean, the exchange rate is is out of this world. But yes, we look forward to you doing more. But again, we talk about the voiceless. You do amazing things for orphans, I believe, back in your village. I believe that.
Yeah, so the school that I funded in 2013 was in memory of my Aunt Zainab. Like I told her, Aunt Zainab, she's the character, I swear to God. Whenever I send her money, like that's supposed to last her for 4 weeks, it will be done in 2 weeks, and then I know what of course I know what she's doing with the money, but it makes me laugh. So I'm on the phone with her. I'm like, okay, now she calls me young lady. I call her old lady. So my old lady, what did you do with the money now? I just sent you that. She said, oh, no, you don't understand. I went to this house. They didn't have this, so I have to give that child for the books. I have to give, and her whole dream always is that she's going to create another Khuraira.
Right,
okay?
Yeah.
So what is it that she would do to help them go to school? She will do, because she's going to make another Khuraira. That's it. That's all her conviction.
Amazing.
And she used to tell me, no, the teachers need to be very patient with those kids, because those kids are very smart, but the teachers are not very patient. That's why they're not doing well. So after she passed, in Islamic religion, when a loved one passes, either you do like maybe a mosque, a tree, a well, or school, anything that can impact society in that person's memory. So I knew that to create a school will be something that my Aunt Zainab will be dancing all the way and being excited. That will make her day. So we started with 22 kids in 2013 in one of like the smallest room in our immediate compound in Ruga. And we started with that. Fast forward, when now we have three. We still have. Then somebody decided to move, gave us another room. Then after a year, we have like 40 kids. And oh my God, what am I gonna do now? We then built an extension of 3 classrooms where we divide the classes morning and night. And then we now have about 150 kids in different grades.
Wow.
We graduated 25 already. I haven't been to. I've been to Nigeria, and I've been going to Nigeria, but because of the security from Abuja to Plateau, where I am with the kidnapping, I could not go to my maternal home where the school is. But my nephew's been taking care of this. We do Zoom or we do like video things, and he's been doing a really good job. So we've graduated 25 kids. Now they have 150 kids in different grades, and we also have people on waiting lists to go. Not 100% free, all sponsored by my school. It's not even, the school is not even an NGO or anything. I started this like just something to do to get those kids running around the street at home.
Yes, get them off the streets, isn't it? Yes.
And then it grew up to being here. And I give thanks to all my clients, honestly, that have been supporting my business, because portion of the sales of my products and beauty services supports that school. From building the school, we've done like 2 GoFundMe or so where we raised some money to build some of the classrooms.
Amazing.
But I haven't done since then. It's just everything else, paying, maintenance of the school, all comes from the sales of my cosmetic brand.
Okay, fantastic. That's quite impressive as well. Starting from only 25 and now having 150 kids in the school as well. I think that's quite remarkable, and I do commend you. I'm very proud of you as well as a Nigerian, taking an initiative and making sure kids are off the street. Okay, we're going to go for a short break and we shall be back. Trust me, you don't want to miss the second half of this amazing interview. We're going to be finding out more with my amazing guest, Lady Khuraira Musa, who is so amazing. I love her so much. Stay locked on, stay locked. It's your host, Double9, on Double9Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Double9Radio. It's 1844 01 10 2021. Yes, it's Nigerian Independence Day. I am so excited. I'm happy. I have an amazing guest as well on the show this evening as well, who's given us a great insight into a charitable work and also her amazing story of how she became the CEO, the wonderful cosmetic company who's rubbing shoulders with the high and mighty within Hollywood as well. I think she's amazing. I think she's the first African woman to do that as well. A proud Nigerian who's proud of her roots, proud of where she comes from, and always giving back to society as well. As I mentioned earlier as well, the phone lines are always open. It's 074 956 36899. That's at 074 956 36899. You can call me direct on that number, or call me via WhatsApp, or send me a WhatsApp message or a text. A big thank you to everyone who's sending questions in already, which I'll be getting to those questions on the course of the show. Okay, so Lady Khuraira, welcome back to the show. Welcome back. It's been amazing.
Thank you, Double9. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
You're most welcome. I think the pleasure's all mine. Okay. I mean, before the break, you mentioned something about kidnapping, and it just, it gave me goosebumps. Like, oh my gosh, yes, she's right. The insecurity in Nigeria, it's unreal. It's so, it's so disappointing. It's so demoralizing as well. But before we actually go in there, you had a group. I think you're a founding member of a group called Arewa Development Support Initiative, which is ADSI. It's a non-governmental organization. I think you founded about 2 years ago. Tell us a bit about that organization.
So actually, as you mentioned, I founded that in April 2019, on the 18th to be exact. I was inspired to start. Honestly, when I started ADSI, I didn't think it was going to be ADSI. I think I called it a different group, like Arewa Development Project. Yeah, ADP. Yeah. And what I intended, I sent a WhatsApp message to 125 of my closest friends that are very passionate themselves. They're really people that want to see the better of Arewa and Nigeria as a whole. They have their own charitable organization. They're already giving back. Some of them are part of the government, but they want to do good by the people.
Yeah.
So I picked those 125. I sent a WhatsApp message and said, listen, this whole thing with what is going on in Arewa, it's out of this world. I'm tired of the complaint wherever we are, whether we're on Facebook or on WhatsApp, all we do complain. We already know the problem. Let's stop the complaining. Let's do something. Let's actually start doing something physically, doing something to change the narratives. So I sent a WhatsApp message. Before I know it, Double9, all of the 125 answered back, like literally within a day.
Amazing.
Count me. I'm in. I got goosebumps from that. And then we started talking, okay, what are we going to do? Who is going to do this? What are we going to do this? And then, from the discussion is that, okay, so how are we going to fund it? And my whole thing, my experience of creating ADSI started again from Zainab.
Amazing.
About community.
Wow.
About community, and always fighting for the voiceless and not standing, being a bystander and complain and not doing something to make the change. You gotta stop talking and take action. So, and that's what I did with the school. And I did a lot of mentoring on Facebook and listening to our youth. They are super smart kids in Nigeria, really smart kids with a lot of ideas, but they don't have a platform to implement those ideas. So I started a dialogue with Khuraira where I'm actually bringing like unsung heroes and to listen. And I said, you know what? What's the point of doing this? Let me just start. Let's spring into action. So that's how they are part of the 125 of the contact. So we decided, so in our discussion, so how are we going to do it? Okay, this is what we're going to do. But living in this country, and I, like I told you my story, how I started college and decided to go into cosmetics and now have making a living out of it. You don't have to go to have a PhD without having a job.
Yeah.
In this country, like right now, I pray that I don't have to call a plumber because a plumber costs me like $350 to $400 if they have to come and fix anything in any of my toilets, or an electrician. So please, I tell my kids, whatever you do, don't stop the toilet because I don't want to pay $250.
Of course.
So out of what is happening, I look at my surrounding here in the U.S. I pay a gardener $200 every month to come and mourn my lawn. If something messed up in my home, I am praying it's not going to be an electrician or a gardener because it costs money. Me, a makeup artist, it's an hour. If I go to do a bride makeup, it takes me 45 minutes. I charge her $300 to get her makeup done. 45 minutes, I'm out of there. You understand? So it's like, these are like service-oriented businesses. A manicurist, if you are in England, you know how much it costs when you're somebody of your school, or even yourself go and do a manicure and pedicure.
Of course,
These are services that are needed by everybody in the community. So why do we have to say that we have to wait till you go and get your master's and PhD and you get all these degrees and wait for government jobs? This is ridiculous. So ADSI is about putting together our own money of the wealth, the ones that among us that are affluent in the community, because everybody that I invited into ADSI, well, not everybody, because I have like my young mentees that I bring in to do some help us and make themselves known and help themselves out as well.
Yeah.
But 90% of the members are people that already have money. Okay, they can fend for themselves.
Oh, cool.
So we tax them $2,000 a month, and that is the minimum. But there are people that can pay more than that. If you want, you can give us 100,000 naira. Oh, that's it. But the beauty of ADSI is that all that money that is given, it is transparently displayed on the WhatsApp. We actually have about 22 platforms 21, 19 states, including FCT, which is 20. Then we have the founding members, where the first 125 started. That we call them the founding members platform. We have the trustees, the platform. We literally, honestly, with advocacy and leadership and all of that, we have about 40 platforms. Okay. So, and everyone that is brought in, join us, is being recruited and is being told that you have to pay 2K. That's the deal. Are we getting everybody to pay the 2K? Unfortunately not. But still, we're able on an average at least now raising about 2 million naira a month.
Amazing.
Okay?
Amazing. That's
so
great.
when we raise this money, we pick a state where we will pick underprivileged people that will never have a chance to be helped, to be trained on skills. Those skills that I just mentioned earlier, hair, makeup, henna, beads making, shoes making, electrician, solar, phone repairs. I mean, things that are needed by regular people, So that way, when we train these people, we also advocate that we, the members within the community, should also go and patronize them. So what I'm trying to do is what I learn in this country that keeps the economy afloat, not the government, the actually private sector, is what I want to see happen.
It is. You're quite right. The private sector is very important in any economy. The private sector employs people. The government can only employ so much people, but the private sector is able to expand and employ people and take away things like poverty. But let's talk about poverty. You mentioned about the youth in Nigeria that they're quite smart, quite intelligent, and they want to do stuff, but the opportunity seems not to be there. And we understand that. From my perspective, I think poverty can be a cause of insecurity within the land, because when individuals are facing hunger and you have individuals who lure them into gangs or lure them into groups, to fight for a cause where they can feel loved, where they can feel, sheltered, where they can feel, they're being fed, they would definitely go into that. But I mean, from the organization, Arewa, you mentioned about, all the great things you're doing about, raising about 2 million naira a month. What kind of steps is the organization taking to help eradicate poverty within youth and especially women as well?
So thank you for asking that question. So what we're using with the money, we're using to help empower the women and youth through skills acquisition, like the skills that I just mentioned about. Because we wanted something that you can be trained. If you become a tailor, you can even fix used clothes and get paid and make a living. You can make new garments, So what we do, we train them, we also give them kits for that. Because what was happening, there are skill acquisitions that are being done by the government. But what they were doing was a show. I'm sorry to say that. I know I'm going to get in trouble with this, but I don't care anyways. But I tell the truth. Well, how can you tell me that you're going to train 2,000 people in a matter of 1 day or 3 days of a period, give them a certificate, standing for photo up so that the press can pick up, and there are no tools to give them to fend for them. So you're only giving them that certificate. There are no kits. So what we did with ADSI, we're doing it differently. We train you. It takes some training takes about 2 weeks. Some take 6 weeks. Takes 3 months. Depending on what they're learning. But after they graduate, they are given a kit, and we also create a platform whereby we can monitor them. So that way we can revisit. That way we'll be able to measure if what the activities we're doing are actually
impactful.
Making any.
Yes, you're right.
Or yielding any. Is being productive or not?
Exactly. To measure the impact. Yes, you're quite right.
Impact, exactly. So, and then now what we're doing, we're going to go a step further. We've created a website whereby within it, we are having a platform where all the trainees or the graduates, we're going to pick the best of the best, and we're going to set them on our e-market platform, whereby they can we can promote their services and products, where people across Arewa can buy, or even within Nigeria, entire Nigeria can buy, or globally, because it's an international. But, we're starting with Arewa. And some people were asking me, but Khuraira, we know how you are. You are all about no religion, no tribe, no politics. Why just Arewa? I picked Arewa because Arewa is the weakest link among in the country, because the poverty in Arewa is undescribable. We've produced a lot of leaders, but you know what? We are lacking in development, be it education, be it in health, be it in economy, everything. We are lacking.
Why do you think that's the case? Why do you think that's the case? Why is that happening?
I think the Mimi syndrome. It is the Mimi syndrome.
Amazing.
It's about me and my immediate family. Okay? Let me tell you something. When I was in Nigeria, I used to be ashamed of me. Ask me why. I used to be ashamed because I came from poverty. The confidence I have here, of course, my aunt gave me that to be able to walk me through that. But what built me to be the Khuraira I am today is because I am appreciated in America for coming from nothing and building myself to being something.
Amazing.
In the North, you're looked down. They ask you first, whose daughter are you? Whose son are you? And then what tribe are you? And all that. And people think that it's killing the community.
Yes.
You know why it's killing the community? Now the young people don't want to be identified with poverty. So whatever they can do to become the daughter of somebody or somebody, they will do it. And that's where the crimes come into play.
Yes, you're quite right. You're quite right on that.
Because that way, I don't want to be known that I don't have it. I don't want to be known that I am from a village. I don't want to be known I am from the ghetto. So let me go and prostitute, let me kidnap, let me do whatever I can to be among the who's and who's. And the elite in Arewa created this cancer.
Amazing. It's quite a sad thing. It's sad thing. And you couldn't have said it any better. Exactly that. When there's condemnation from your own people because of some certain class issue. There's class. There's class everywhere. But the way it's done in Nigeria or in certain parts of the country, it's really killing the society. And and again, as I mentioned again, this is what forces individuals, as you mentioned as well, into crime, into certain things out there as well. But from your point of view as well, do you think the youths, have a role to play in rebuilding the North as well?
Oh, they do, and that's what we're trying to do with ADSI. I always tell ADSI, we are the la creme of Arewa. Meaning we are the best of Arewa, be it education-wise, be it having the money to do it. If we're not able to fix the issue, because in Arewa, ADSI is about, it's non-political, non-tribal, non-religious. We don't want to hear about what your religion is, what your political affiliation is, and what tribe you come from or what village you come from. We don't care. All we care about, you are tired of what is happening in Arewa, and you're going to use your intellect and your financial standing and help fix it. That is what ADSI is about. ADSI is about humanity, period. Amazing. And everybody there is in ADSI. I have to tell you, I would say they are better than me. Because you know what? They are on ground, doing the work. Apart from them giving their money, they're also using their sweat. Walking around you need to see the ESCOs, the members, when we do projects, they're out there working and making sure things are done right. I think that is commitment.
It is.
I really think that is saying that I am tired of the system. I am willing to do whatever it takes positively to bring a positive outcome.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you for that. I mean, you couldn't have said it any better as well. You know, I hope the change that we yearn for does come in time. But again, we talk about Nigeria. Today's the Independence Day, celebrating 61 years. You know, a lot of people say, you know, what we celebrated, but you know, we're celebrating something. You know, 64 years, 61 years. You know, some great achievements. You know, look at Nigerians all over the world doing great things. But with the present uncertainties, I mean, do you see Nigeria coming together as one prosperous country?
I really think so. Because, you know, with all this craziness that you see on social media and all of that, and if you notice, you are in diaspora. If you notice, most of these people that make all the noise in diaspora, probably since they left home, they haven't even gone home.
Yeah. I mean, you said
so
that. Yeah.
What they read about is just what they see, the few people that want to create havoc. But Nigerians are very smart people. And whatever you think, all the hatred and all of this, if we allow that and we buy into that and destroy our nation, we will be so sorry.
I totally agree.
Just from COVID, I hope it has sent a sound message to Nigerians.
I hope it has.
Because when COVID happened, all the Western countries closed the door. So no matter how rich you are, no matter what mansions you have in the UK, in America, Dubai, wherever, you couldn't get there.
Yeah.
This tells you whatever money you have abroad, you are not their citizen. They can take that home, take that money, and close the door on you until you ain't coming home.
Yeah.
So what I would say on this Independence Day is for Nigerians, whether you are from the east, the south, the west, the south, the north, wherever you're from, there is nothing better than home.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
What we do here in diaspora, what I'm yearning to take back home is the little I learned here. For it, I love it for my country to have, because it's my country. If they can implement what is being done here and eradicate that gap between the rich and the poor and create a middle class, then we have mattered in Nigeria.
Amazing.
That is the key. That is the cure to all this drama that is happening. Because between me and you are Yoruba, a Christian, I'm Fulani, a Muslim. Do I care what religion or political or whatever you are? I'm not paying your bills. You're not paying mine. We talk in civil terms, right?
I think humanity needs to come first. Humanity needs to come first. Apart from before anything else, because that's one of the key things.
The thing that people don't understand, if you educate, but I think there are some elements in the country that do not want to empower the majority of the population so that they can keep the country down. So what I would say to you, what I tell the youth is that do not go and destroy anything. Do not do anything. Do you know how to get them real good? It's through your vote. Do not sell your vote and do not sell your integrity.
Amazing. You couldn't have said it any better.
If Nigerians are able to understand the power of their vote, the politicians are their workers, not the other way around.
Yes.
So my message to the youth, you want to change your life? Then respect your vote and make sure when you go cast that vote, it's someone that will work for you, not you crying for 4 years after you vote him in or her in.
Amazing. Should we maybe think Lady Khuraira could be in politics? Would you vie for the president of Nigeria?
Hell no.
Maybe I can start.
Ask me why.
Why? Maybe Maybe
No,
I can start campaigning
I'm
for
not.
you because I think you got what it takes. But why? Why not?
No, 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 no. That is not. That is really. That is the thing that people don't understand. If you really for the people, you don't want to go into politics. I can do so much under the platform of ADSI to change, to really make a difference, than to sit in an Oval Office where people control what I do and say. So I am perfectly happy being founder of ADSI and moving ADSI forward, where I pray what we're going to do in ADSI will spread across the entire country and the entire continent of Africa. That is my wish.
Amazing.
My wish is that we are able to change lives positively across the Arewa, the country, and Africa, and also make a magnitude of impact in humanity, period.
Amazing. I mean, I must commend you for all you're doing, all you've done in the past and currently doing and still be doing in the future as well. I think it's quite commendable and very inspirational and should inspire anyone listening up there. As she said as well, do not wait for the government. You know, you can make the change. The little step you take, the little help you reach out, you can help the change. And you can also reach out to be a part of Arewa, I believe, as well, if you wanted to be. All you need to do is just send a DM to. I mean, how can people be part of Arewa if they wanted to?
So Arewa ADSI is for anybody that is a northerner that wants to see a positive change and is willing to contribute 2K a month. But also if you're a sympathizer of the development of the North, you can also contribute. You can visit us at www.adsi.org, which is the Nigerian website, I guess they put .org.ng. Or send me, reach out. I think they can get that. I will provide you with our link so that they can see that. And if you have any passion to help uplift the voiceless, ADSI is for you. 100% of the money collected is used 100%. How it is brought in is transparently displayed on our platforms, and how it's spent is also transparently displayed. Everybody that is in ADSI, 90% of the people that are on ADSI do not need to eat your 2K.
Amazing.
So they all can afford 2K and above, and the other ones are our volunteers who are amazing youth that are already doing such a great job in their own immediate communities, that are willing to sacrifice their time, their energy, their intellect to help rebuild Arewa. We want to see the old Arewa where peace reigns, instead of to be hearing kidnapping, this and that. All this is created because there are no jobs and the people are hungry and helpless.
You're quite right. Okay, we're going to go to the questions that come in. I'm going to ask a question. If I don't ask you a question, it means she has already answered the question. So I'm going to take this question from Daniel Lutaya, who's asking, I think this is about your products as well. He's asking, how is your distribution power in Nigeria, and how do you manage the logistics?
Well, like I said earlier, in 2012 to 2015, we thrived in Nigeria with our brand. But unfortunately, after that, with all the crisis, with all the exchange rates, we are not doing as well. Right now, we have halted any form of sales in Nigeria except for people that order directly. So people that have been using our product will still order, and we ship. And how we do the logistic, we work with a shipping company that have been with them for over 10 years. They're very reliable. They do air shipment to either a rep in Lagos, or a rep in Abuja, or a rep in Kaduna and Kano. These are the 4 places we have reps. So they do ship it there directly, and then they send it to the customer that orders from us or from them.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, so that's how we've been handling things so far. Hopefully, when the economy gets better, we'll go back to how we were, and I'm hoping to honestly reopen a flagship store in either Abuja or one of the definitely Abuja and Lagos.
Okay,
I'm looking to do.
We'll look forward to that, and we wish you all the best on that one. Okay, another question from Tommy from East London. I think Tommy is listening to when I asked a question about whether you wanted to go to be the president. So Tommy's asking, if you were the president of Nigeria today, what would be the first three things you would do?
The first thing I would do as a president is to heal the country. I think that there should be a dialogue. We cannot fix something that we keep pushing under the rock. People are angry. You have the Biafrans having their own drama there, the Fulanis having their own drama, the farmers having their own drama, everybody's having their own thing. But you know what, in between all of those, if you listen, maybe there's something that we can try to salvage. So the first thing I will do is to create a committee where we can create a dialogue where things can really be discussed and be honest with each other and ask those people that are aggrieved, what is the way forward? And then in between what they are saying, we should be able to pick the right things and make a way forward with that.
Fantastic. I think you couldn't have said it any better as well. Because a dialogue is needed, because it's almost going up in flames. Everyone has their own agenda, but Nigeria should be one. Nigeria should be one. Everyone should come together to the table and have that conversation. I think that's an amazing thing you said there. Okay, so my final question to you this evening, as I always ask my amazing guests on the show, on a lighter note. Tell us a fun fact about you that no one knows. Exclusively live on Double9Radio. We can check this if you're going to be making it up as well. A fun fact about you that no one knows.
Fun fact?
Yes.
Oh my God, me and my kids. I love to squeeze my kids. I love to tell them that I love them every morning, and then I will ask them 3 times, say, did I tell you I love you?
Amazing.
They're like, yes, Mom, yes, you did. And I do love squeezing my kids and making prank jokes with them.
Amazing.
They're really the highlight of my life.
Amazing. You're such a wonderful mom as well. I mean, but how do you do it? Being a successful entrepreneur and a mom at the same time. I mean, what kind of challenges does that present to you?
I really think my kids make it easy for me. I think they have no choice but to adopt. They're like, oh God, she's with ADSI now. Oh God, now that it's like they grew up seeing me do what. Like I said, your environment shapes you. Honestly, really, it really does. My kids don't complain about. Once in a while they're like, oh God, here we go. Mom, can you just stop it? Can we do this? But most of the time, and now, funny enough, like the ones that are in college now, even the one that my last born, and who is in high school, they are doing charitable work.
Wow.
Automatically, they are like little activists. So I'm so impressed, like even in their college essay, they write about Nigeria. One of them one day was telling me that, Mom, I have to do a project in my school about current affairs, and guess who I'm writing about? I said, who? I'm writing about Her Excellency Aisha Buhari.
Amazing.
So it's like, and I said, how did you say? Because I hear you talk about it, and then I started Googling. And so that is what, again, I'm talking about. Parents, be aware of what you do and say at home that you think your kids are not picking. They are actually picking everything.
Amazing. Lady Khuraira Musa, it's been amazing to have you on the show this evening. I mean, I want to keep you for for longer because I'm enjoying this interview so much, boy, because you've been an amazing guest on this show. And one thing I would say is I'm so proud of what you're doing and what you've achieved so far. I commend you on your efforts to make Nigeria one, to also be a voice for the voiceless as well. I want to say a big thank you again for taking time out to come on the show this evening. And happy Independence to you. And I hope you have an amazing weekend.
Thank you so much, Double9, for having me, and all your listeners. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. I look forward to coming back here again and again to discuss our amazing country, Nigeria.
Amazing. I can't wait to have you back.
Happy Independence, everybody.
Happy Independence to you too. I can't wait to have you back. Have a good one. I'm sure we shall hear from you soon.